we're just gonna get right back into it. So we were just talking about dealing. Well, not even we didn't even get into that yet, but we were just talking about Kyla's relationship with her parents and her dad. And I just want to know how, especially like during this season right now, because you did speak about seasonal depression, and it is like holiday season. How do you deal with grief during the season and just like staying in good spirits and keeping positive energy?
So what I did in general when my dad passed, I made a playlist of all his favorite music. My dad was born in the 60s, grew up in the 80s to 90s, like teens to 20s and early 30s. So his music was house music and like, I mean, Gladys Knight, Shaka Khan, Kyla Bell, the Sylvester, the Whispers, down to Jay-Z and
So like
the
feel good
Lox.
music.
Yeah. So I play that, and also I like to look at memories. I always say memories are important. My dad wasn't big on taking pictures and videos all the time because I like them all the time. And Snapchat was big, but that's what helps push those moments. And my mom,
Seeing those
yeah,
memories, like
definitely,
pictures and videos.
because I can share it to my mom if I'm having a moment, or I could just run in the room like, "Oh, remember this," and like we'll laugh about it. And I bet the best part is that he has such a sense of humor, like huge sense of humor, So
yes,
but sometimes a little bit too much of a sense of humor.
Yes,
but
he had a big sense of humor. Yo, this hair, like, okay, it's giving like penguin, like.
I'm not penguin. But yeah, and mostly just laugh about the jokes he made about the holidays or cooking and stuff like that. Also, my dad was big on the holidays, so at first, the first year was hard for us to celebrate without him. Like to do everything. It's exhausting. Plus, you're already emotionally drained. He passed on Thanksgiving. I don't know if I said that already. So
no, you didn't.
Oh, I
did.
did.
You might have.
I might have. Okay, so he passed on Thanksgiving. Next holiday's Christmas and New Year's. Who gives a fuck about that? You just buried someone that you really care about. So, yeah, first year we didn't care. Second year we started to slowly get back into it, and we watch his favorite holiday movies on a holiday. So,
so there's a few.
It's a few, but mostly the Peanuts. The Peanuts Thanksgiving, the Peanuts Christmas, and classic, real classic. And there's the Macy's parade. I have to watch it just because he got on my nerves about it.
Like that was something he always did.
Yeah, up until I was 25, we had to watch the Macy's Day Parade in the morning while he's still cooking Thanksgiving dinner.
I think that's so cool. Like the whole memories thing. Like I think it's cool that Facebook and Snapchat now Instagram has the archive where you can look back at things because memories are just so important. Pictures, all that. I don't think people understand. Well, I don't think the generation. What are they called now? What is it? Generation Z that they're called, or are we Generation Z?
No, we're
the current generation. I don't think they understand how important like photos are. Like what is the kind of camera that that we used to have?
Like Kodak or Canon cameras.
But what is that called again? Those type of cameras that disposable cameras, like really like capturing moments.
Right there.
Yes, and like being able to like print them out and just put them in a photo album. Like that's kind of what like the archive and the memories like does or
definitely
whatever.
And shout out to Walgreens to still being able to print the pictures.
That part, everywhere you can print pictures, especially from our phones now. But
oh yeah, that's true. I gotta get one of those.
Yeah, I think that's really cool when it comes to grieving that you could just look back on those moments and memories. Do you have anything like any type of advice that you could give to someone who is currently grieving or just dealing with a recent loss and they just don't know what to do? Like they're just in their head, like just some type of push or advice you could give them.
First, therapy is great. Don't let no one discourage you from therapy because their personal experience. I had good and bad therapists, but just from a person who has really focused on personal growth since that, therapy has helped me. I only went to like about a handful of handful of sessions. And it was just great having someone hear me out in an unbiased opinion. But also what's mainly important when grieving and stuff is sometimes you need to get back with yourself. So find out what really makes you happy, what makes you feel comfort. That's why like comfort shows, comfort food is important. Not too much comfort food. That's my problem. I'm not gonna go there. Anyway, but like the comfort food, something that person used to make for you or something that you guys used to go together, like maybe at a restaurant, and you just go when you're having that moment, or you just sometimes in a moment, sometimes a whole day, a month, a week, right. But go there, sit, embrace the memory, make a new one, but also acknowledge the spirit that you're celebrating. And that's the best advice to have. Just keep celebrating the spirit. Don't let the spirit actually decease. Keep the spirit alive to a point where you talking about them like they still here. You gotta catch yourself like, shit, my dad died.
That's how I talk about your dad. Like, he's still here. I don't know if you noticed, but anytime we talk about him, I be like, he's so crazy. Like, I can never say like
I catch
he
myself
was,
too. Like,
or I can never speak about him in a past tense. But it's like I don't do it intentionally. I just like it's just I'm used to.
We never let his spirit really go. We talk about him highly every day, as if he's about to walk up the stairs or he's in the room watching TV. Yes. So we like it's like he's not really gone. Physically he is, spiritually he's not.
Yeah, I definitely think his spirit still lives through you, around you, and with you.
With me.
Definitely. I wish Aspen could have got to meet him. He probably would have been like, this little light-skinned baby.
I swear to God, when she had Aspen, guys, first she was pregnant and before my dad passed. So she just found out around my birthday. I kept that big secret from everybody. And then finally she was about to tell my mom, and I was like, going to my dad. She's like, I don't know. It's like her dad. So she's like, oh, I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I'm like, bitch, go on in and tell him that you're pregnant. Like, he wanted me to have a kid so bad. Why not one of his kids have a kid? And so I always say when I'm asking to be at my house, especially if I babysat him, especially if it was overnight, it's this one corner of my room he just always giggles at and laughs and everything. I always just be like, he must know my father's spirit. Because that's so funny. Like, because, well, I have a lot of babies that come to the house, but something about Aspen, he lists this one spot. He even had a whole conversation one day. I recorded it. I got my phone. I got to show you. Whole conversation with the wall one day.
Wow. That's so crazy. My son is crazy. But yeah, I agree with Kyla. Like, you know, if you are grieving, always celebrate that person and try to keep their spirit alive. You know, of course you're going to be sad sometimes.
Okay. That bitch just
Do you stand on business, bitch?
No, you just come here. I just started standing on business. A little bit. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to stand on business like from 2014
to
like
timeline.
From like 2018. No, 2019. 2020 came, and I think this
was just like
literally. And then, you know, if you are grieving or have grieved, you know, depression comes along with just reckless actions, and some actions are reckless. And so I wouldn't stand on business because I was trying to get mine. I didn't really care about staying on business.
Respectfully.
You call me, I answer. I call you, you answer. You don't, I call somebody else. I don't know why I was moving like that. Like I said, it was grief, it was depression, but that's over with. Now I'm staying on business. Don't talk to me after 10 p.m. Okay?
What are you talking about?
You have a girlfriend? Please get out my DM. Your babe mother, I hate her already. And no, we would never date.
I hate her already.
No, we would never date. I only dated one.
So you're not dating niggas with a baby mother?
Yeah, not no more. Even though the last guy I dated, his BM had a great relationship, and I had no problem with that. Like, me and her are cool. I really don't have no problem with her at all. But the other one with the baby mother and her drama, like, if I see her today, she's gonna want to fight me. And it's like, I never even took the nigga seriously.
Child, so that BMBZ drama
I'm tired.
Like, I know about that shit too firsthand because I went through that too. Like,
yeah, like I don't have time for homegirl be looking me down.
I walked in on my nigga in the bed with his BM. Yeah, I mean they were sleeping, like, but still, like, nigga, what? What is going on?
I'll probably be like this, like, good morning.
That was it was like 3 8. No, it was probably like 2, 3 a.m. But like, you know what? It was the beginning stages of our relationship. I think it was probably like the first day I even called him my boyfriend. I think it was our first date, actually. I think it was the day of our first date. He was like, oh, come to my house. I was like, okay. And then I think I went somewhere. And then I parked in front of his house. And I went upstairs. The door was open. I let myself in. I walked in the house. Walked in his room. He sleep on the edge of the bed. She sleep on the inside of the bed with her coat on, and the baby's in the middle. And I'm just tapping him like, I'm like, I don't want to wake them up. I'm also the new bitch, so I'm just like, what is going on? Like,
I ain't get no sleep because y'all ain't get no sleep. Baby and everybody get woke the fuck up. Gotta go. You dating someone that had a child before you, and you can coexist and be cordial with the baby mother.
It took some time, but I mean, I wouldn't say like we're like the best of friends, but we're definitely cordial now, you know. But that was crazy. That was crazy. I'm stupid for even still fucking with that nigga after that, honestly. But I was young. Like, I was young.
Everyone has been dumb for dick to an extent. So that's why I don't really go too hard on friends.
And I was a fiend for that nigga. I don't know why. But I was fiending for him, child.
Has some crack in it.
It has some crack in it, for sure. I'll take that, but yeah. So I don't understand delusion, but because I was never delusional, like I knew what the fuck was going on, but I'm not settling ever. And I also feel like don't think you gotta be with me just because we have history or you feel like I'm a good catch or something. Like
I want there to be a sign that says like no settle zone. Yeah. Like on my fucking chest. Like
don't settle for me just because you think like in your head it could work out or we got it's some potential with us.
It's not.
No, like if it's not a natural organic vibe with us, like we really like this, then just stop.
If it feels forced any form of way,
I'm not gonna settle if I don't feel like the situation is exactly what I want and dream of. So I don't want you to settle just because you feel like, you know, it may work out.
If I'm not settling for you on a drunk night, I'm not settling for you to be in the rest of my life. Like, I'm just being really honest. Like, if I don't call you last resort because I'm drunk or because I need some company because I'm drunk,
then you're not the one.
They're not the one. You're never going to be the one. And I'm hope you see this.
That's so funny.
You niggas going to be here today. Like, that bitch talking to me is...
When do you think it's like what do you think you're like being too honest with a friend? Is it ever being too honest? Like, is honesty harsh? Like, or do you feel like it's not what you say, it's how you say it for the most part?
I feel like I have worked on my tone a lot, so I don't feel like it's how I say it. I feel like it's me being so transparent, not recognizing what I'm saying can hurt their feelings. Mm-hmm. Like, in two situations, I didn't realize I was being the problematic friend, but both sides, we need to take accountability. Both sides, it was wrong. But me telling you how I felt about something and it hurt me greatly, and you take that as me being mean.
That's weird.
That's weird. And
that don't even sound right.
And sometimes it bothers me going forward with other friendships because, like, how do I tell Bree that I don't like the way she did my hair today? Because last time I told a bitch I didn't like the way they did my hair, a 10-year friendship ended. And that's crazy. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. That's a hard question for me. I'm still learning that.
You also have to keep that in mind. Everybody's different. So another person probably won't take it the way someone else does.
But I try to be mindful now of how I say, like what I say, not how I say, what I say, so the person won't think I'm attacking them and I'm just more of like trying to help or just telling them how I feel.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't really have that problem with the friends I have now, but yeah.
I have like groups of friends. So I feel like in some of my friend groups, it's never like being too harsh. Like they're harsh, and that's just it. And you just have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So, but then I do have my friend groups where I am me specifically. Like I make sure that I'm not as harsh as I am in those other friend groups. You know, just because I know the dynamic.
Yes.
So that's
good too.
I know how the conversations are gonna go with those different friends. So, you know, I just treat it accordingly.
But see, that's the thing. Even friends, when I had a friend group, I have multiple friend groups, but when I had my main like childhood friend group, those bitches couldn't take it.
Because bitches low key really do be soft.
Like, yeah.
And that's okay.
And sometimes your friend wants you to feed into the delusionalness. That's not even a word. Yeah, and I'm not doing that. And
I'm not doing that, baby.
Sometimes being too honest, even like I said, in a sense, it backfired on me when I thought I was being a good friend. And I don't, like I mentioned earlier, I don't have no siblings. I only have friends. So when I lose a friend, I take it personal. Like, really, bitch?
So that means
you
gonna really your friend.
Yeah, so just know we stopped speaking. I don't like you.
And speaking of like harsh conversations and stuff, like what do you think about so I don't know if you guys have been tuned into Real Housewives of Potomac, but what do you think about Robin Dixon's friends like pulling her together for
I did that before.
Really?
I did that in high school. We had a talk with one of our friends, me and my other friend, and I'm not gonna say no names because I don't want to put nobody out there.
So pause. What had happened in the episode was, I think I spoke about this, but Robin and Juan, Juan was in the tabloids or whatever. So Robin and Juan had the conversation about it, and Juan was kind of just like, it is what it is. Like, I don't care about that stuff. Like, I'm gonna keep living my life, blah blah blah. But Robin's friends feel like he should be doing things to avoid being in the tabloids. Like, he shouldn't be out with another woman. Like, especially like when he's already in heat, like like it's already stuff going on, so try to avoid any other drama or like rumors, but he's looking at it like, I don't care about rumors, but they're looking at it like, but you should care about how your wife is looked at,
if you care.
They brought her together like a little sister circle moment, like just to tell her like, girl, like, tell them to stop doing things to put you in this predicament, So that's why.
And she kind of was like defensive against them.
She was very defensive. She was just pretty much like, she don't care. Like, it is what it is. She's numb to it. If he's seen with another woman, it is what it is. That's his friend.
He go home to her.
Right. And she's just going along with everything that, Juan says. So I don't think I've ever, I'm lying. I've had moments like that recently, actually, with one of my friends where we're like to her, bitch, what are you doing? Like, what is going on?
No, and seriously.
There's have been times where my friends had to say that to me too about a nigga. Like, what do you really got going on? Like, are you really doing this? Are you really letting him like embarrass you? Like, so I don't think it's being harsh, but
I don't think it's being harsh. The way I went about it was fucking rude. I'm not going front. Like, now that I'm 28 years old, if I would slap the shit out of my 18-year-old self for talking to that girl like that. I was really harsh on how I spoke to my friend at the time about her man treating her wrong. And I think I was harsh because I was immature. I was between the ages of 17 to 18 years old. This was a childhood friend of mine. I didn't want to see her hurt. Like I was saying earlier, you care about your friends so much, sometimes you be mean. And I didn't mean to be mean. But also at the same time, I'm tired of you coming in here and literally crying about a man that don't love and respect you the way that you are telling me that he loves and respects you.
Right.
And it was really bad. We have people, now it's blogs or fake pages. But back then, people were just writing me and my other friends directly like, hey, your friend's man is in our DM. Your friend's man's hit me up on AIM. Your friend's man's downstairs at my house.
That is so embarrassing.
And we're telling her in detail. We're having her even read the message like, yo, this was going on. And she's like, just mind your business. Like, bitch, I'll beat you up. What you mean mind your business? I'm hurting for you. It's not even a little, it's a lot of delusion. And then finally it took the worst of the worst for her to walk away. Shout out to my other friend who was there physically, because I want to beat her ex-boyfriend's ass to this day. I don't give a fuck who he is, if he married, got kids, anything. I just can't respect people like that.
Here's the thing though, like I feel like I've kind of been in that type of situation, but not really, because a nigga could never talk crazy to me, but I have been in a situation where like a nigga was doing me dirty down, and I did still fuck with him, but I fucked with him because I did him dirty after he did me dirty. But I was young and I was immature. Like I wouldn't do that today. Like if I'm with somebody and they play me and they cheat on me, I'm leaving and I'm not turning back. Like it's none of that. But before, if you played me, baby, it's really lit. Like I'm like, you're gonna be tight. Like, you're gonna be dumb mad. Like I'm not even gonna tell you. But that's where I fucked up, because I did tell someone. I did tell one boy something that I did. But baby, like I'm the queen of the getting back, but not anymore. But that's what I used to do. But I just say that to say that there was a time where a motherfucker was playing me like a fiddle.
Yeah, I got played
and playing
too.
Me in public, like embarrassing me, like the whole like social
I haven't
media.
posted
Everybody
in a
in my
decade
town knew. Like, and yeah, I haven't posted no nigga since then.
No, like I'm never getting embarrassed again.
I might have posted someone in my close friends, but
a nigga didn't even get there.
You could never, but it doesn't mean that I don't see myself ever posting a man again. Like I still have faith in men.
Yes,
but I'm just saying that I know
there's some good best.
I wasn't delusional though. Actually, like I know what it is to be embarrassed. I know what that feels like, but I was never delusional. I knew what was going on, and I was going along with it because I was doing my own thing. But honestly, like settling, I'm not for that anymore.
I was a little delusional for somebody that I wasn't even in a relationship with, and that was the crazy part.
Really?
And he will do
stuff. Those be the ones.
Those be the ones that he would do.
They be the ones that you're not in a relationship with.
Okay, he over here. I'm not even gonna. But he was trying to talk to friends, family, strangers, associates, and they're telling me. Of course, the families tell me because they know that's my nigga some type of way. But friends are because I don't tell nobody I talk to him. So friends are accidentally telling me. Strangers are accidentally telling me. And I'm like,
and they don't even know
you. They don't even know I fuck with him. And I'm like calling him as soon as I get home, like, you did this and there. He's like, you believe him? And I'm like, oh, you're kind of right. In my head, I'm like,
a liar.
And nigga's a liar. Next thing you know, I'm at his house smoking, watching the fucking game. And I'm just like, in my head, like, bitch, you is dumb as hell. Like, I would take 2 weeks to tell Bree because I knew I was gonna get cursed out. You gonna say curse me out, bitch? I got some good dick and I have fun.
See, my friends curse me out when I do stupid shit. I'm okay with that though because I be knowing. If I know
if I did some shit, I don't really care.
So we're gonna close this off with some fun facts or whatever. So for one, I want you to talk about like your book club, like what made you start a book club, and just give us some insight on it. And yeah, how if someone wanted to get into reading that isn't or doesn't read often, but they really want to leap into that. Some advice or like maybe a good book that you could tell them to start off with.
Okay, so my book club is called The Book Club. Like, remember Fairy Odd Parents? The Rules. I stole it from them. The Book Club. So The Book Club is really just a book club for anybody. I mostly read Black authors, but I am not like targeted on Black authors. I'm targeted on Black authors because sometimes Black authors don't get as many sales in bookstores because their covers are not that attractive. And white authors and Hispanic authors' covers are more attractive. So if you notice now, you go to any bookstore, Black people have like a color block kind of look, or just really vibrant look to any other, but even kids' books, they're trying to really push their own marketing out there in their own way. So that's a new thing now. So that's why,
and I definitely have seen that.
Right. So that's why I try to cater to Black authors, but I'm open to all authors. But anyway, so the book club is really just a virtual book club located in United States. I wouldn't say only New York because there is some members that live in different states. Like I said, we read books by Black authors and all authors. We read all genres. I am not shy to genre. According to Bookstagram, I am a mood reader. So with my book club, I read things based off my mood, or I'll just do an eeny, meeny, miny, mo down my suggestions list that people fill out during their surveys. So that goes into that. If you want to become a member of my book club, you want to learn about it, first follow me on Instagram at books, BOOKZ, via Kyla, KYLA_. And there you will see all the books I have read so far from like 2021 when the book club has started to today. And you will also see a few people interacting, but just let you know, we 86 deep.
Yes.
86 deep. I started it at the end of the pandemic. I say post-pandemic, post-COVID. So a lot of places were still not allowing parties over 10 into their establishment. So that's why I keep it as virtual, because it just feels kind of like just comfortable for everyone at this point. But I do hope soon, once I find a nice venue that I can actually have book club meetings in person. We read all genres, though. Honestly, if you are interested in starting to read, I would say join my book club because I aim for books that are less than 400 pages, less than at least 350. 400 is a push for some of my readers. I know that. It's okay. We're all doing a challenge. I just got myself up to 450 pages to read with no problem. Like I can read that in 2 weeks. I purposely stretch out my read. I can't say my X's and X's. Anyway, I purposely stretch out my reading so I can continue to engage for a while on Instagram with my readers. I don't want to just seem like I read it and like they're slow because I feel like that makes people kind of self-conscious on their reading skills. And we're adults. I'm not a fucking teacher no more. I don't give a fuck how you read. Just read on your own time and tune in for your opinion and my opinion. And let's share thoughts. Don't shy away. Oh, I didn't finish a book. I don't give a fuck you didn't finish a book. I didn't finish either. And that's why I like a book club because it's via Kyla. So I'm being honest. I'm not really up here like, hi, my name's Kyla, and today we read Cat in the Hat. Like, no, we're not fucking doing that. I'm telling you, like, yo, this book was trash, and this book was great. Like, that's how I'm really going about it. But if you do want to start reading, I want to say if you want to start reading, I got different genres. If you want to start reading a fun, like dramatic, low key traumatic story, I would say Always the Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Soldier.
Yo, my mom was just telling me the other day that I need to watch this the show or series.
Oh, they finally did it?
Netflix.
They finally did it?
That's what she said, but I haven't checked yet.
It's been like 30 years and they keep saying that.
She was like, I keep telling you to watch that. I'm like, okay. Please. And she swears she gave me the book. I'm like, you didn't give me the book, Mom.
I'm not going to front. That's one of the best start. Well, I always been reading, but to start reading, like adult books, that was one of my first
I'm
books.
sure a couple people that are going to watch have read that.
At least like 10 people will watch this. Yeah. It's going to be like, oh my God, I read that in high school. Oh my God, I read that in middle school. Oh my God, that was my mom's book. But Coldest Winter Ever. I also say if you want to just kind of daily devotion, there's a book by Rick Warren. Got the name right now. But yeah, there's a book by Rick Warren. I remember I told you to get it. He speaks a little bit about God and it's had you just like daily motivations to a scripture as well as just a passage of information to push you forward. If you want to read a little bit Black history, one of my favorite Black history books that's from a first person point of view is Reading in Between the Lines of Black History with Dick Gregory. Fire. He has been friends with a lot of people in history, just to name a few: Martin Luther King, Marvin Gaye, Michael Jackson, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X. Like he was actually friends with these people. If you look back on Google, you'll see them in pictures side by side and marches and stuff like that. So to hear his point of view about what really happened, I mean, like it had me ready to call somebody if they didn't read the book. Bitch, did you know that they was really trying to kill Michael Jackson? Like this wasn't a joke. They really was trying to kill Michael Jackson. Like, and to hear a friend of his say how the media was trying to kill Michael Jackson is crazy. I gotta read that. Yeah, that was really good. And he's like, how I just said, like, yo, bitch, like he's talking like that in the book. But he's an older man, so it's not like yo, bitch. It's like, my guy, whatever. What we would say. Okay. Yeah. And for self-help book, I say to read Subtle Ways to Not Give a Fuck by Mark Manson.
I've never read that one, but
we read that recently in my book club last year. That was really good because he just gives you honest analogies, realistic honest analogies of how you shouldn't give a fuck about someone else's success in life because they're not really happy. A lot of people seem successful, and they are, but are they happy? No. I feel like to be full circle successful, you got to be happy with your everyday, happy in your job, your relationship, and with your health. Like a lot of people aren't with that. Like Jay-Z can seem happy with Beyonce and seem happy, having Rockefeller, but he probably really just want to be a fucking football player. So, it's like we can't keep sitting here and comparing our success to others without being honest about what the fuck it got through. Another book I really did love was The Alchemist. Don't remember the author's name, but I know a lot of people read that book. Great way. For me, it was a little bit of self-help, a little bit of religion, and a little bit of philosophy, because it's all about the alchemist. And I watch anime. My favorite anime was The Alchemist Brotherhood. Alchemist. I always say it wrong because there's like two different versions, but that's one of my favorite animes. I was like, oh, I'm gonna read this book. And they teach you about good and bad omens and how to follow a good omen, but how a bad omen could seem like, kind of like in the Bible, like Eve thought that the snake was a friend, but the snake wasn't a friend. He didn't appear as a friend. The fucking snake, he's ugly as hell. But you over here like, oh, he talks and he gave me advice, so I'm going to be his friend. And that was a bad omen. And a lot of bad things continue to happen for Eve because of that bad omen, and because she kept chasing bad omens. But Adam, he was able to help be a balance for her by keeping the good. So that's how I looked into the book, and the boy just keeps going further and further, and life either throws him 10 steps back or throws him 20 steps forward. But you just gotta be careful about what you're actually putting your energy towards too, because not everything deserves energy.
Okay.
Those some good ones.
That was good. Okay, so before we finish, I just want to ask you one question. Mm-hmm. So Kyla's birthday is September 29th, so she's a Libra, almost a Scorpio, right?
Yeah. No.
Oh wait, no. You go right into Libra season because it's 22nd up until.
I was almost a Virgo. I was born late.
Ike's is the only Virgo I like. But anyways, so are you a lion-ass Libra? And if you are or aren't, do you feel like the Libra men are definitely lion-ass Libras? And if you're a lion-ass Libra, is it only is it because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings? Or so she is. So the answer was yes, because she said
But I really do lie more. I'm being real honest. I don't give a fuck. I don't talk to nobody like that. I really do lie more to men I date because I have my guard up so high. Few men I have let my guard down, and my heart or just my feelings got stepped on, and I don't want that to happen again. So I may just, I may kind of make you feel good just so you shut the fuck up. And I probably may feed your ego a little bit so you can shut the fuck up. But when I'm honest, niggas be like, where did this come from? I always felt this way. I just kept it nice to you because we had good sex.
That part.
Or we have nice dates, or we actually are comfortable intimately together, like even just laying in bed. But otherwise, you piss me off, and I'm now telling you the truth. Friends, I don't lie to. I don't lie to friends unless you really seem like,
like butthurt.
You butthurt if I say no, or if I say my honest opinion. Then I'll be like, oh, it's not that bad.
Okay, so I have to give my son some chips, but I just want to thank my bestie for coming yesterday and today to record this because she has a life of her own. She don't got to do this shit. But I just appreciate you coming and just bringing all your good energy.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me.
And being my first guest, honestly. You did great.
The first. If Shakia sees this, it was me first.
Oh my God. She's gonna kill you.
I know, I love her.
Anyways, thanks guys for tuning in. Appreciate everybody for showing hella support.
Yes.
And anticipating this and just looking forward to these. We'll see y'all. Thanks for tuning in.